So good morning, students. Our next topic, that is pointer related problems. Because whenever we are creating some program with the help of pointer, so we face some type of problems, or we can say that some type of bugs. Because we have another word, that is bug. Sometimes we are facing some bugs over there, or sometimes we are facing the errors when we are creating the pointers. So our topic, that is pointer related problems. So we will continue with that, pointer related problems, because we are having different types of pointer related problems. So when we are talking about the first problem, because sometimes we are facing memory leak problem, memory allocation failure problem, dangling wild type of problems. So first we have the problem, that is problem of dangling wild pointer. So this is our first pointer related problem. So the most common problem with pointer is that the programmer fails to initialize the pointer, fail to initialize the pointer within a valid address. So if the programmer assign a value to such pointer, the value will be override the program, or sometimes with the help of operating system instructions, and the computer program override the programs. So that is the another behavior, or sometimes your system will be crashed, or sometimes your system will be slow. So that is why our first program, that is a dangling wild pointer. So second, that is problem of null pointer assigned. So in that case, one particular situation that happens in when the points the address 0, which is called null value. For example, this may happen that if the pointer variable is declared as global, since global variable has initialized the value of 0. For example, suppose here I am just going to declare a pointer type variable. So here PTR is a pointer type variable, and here we just assign the pointer operator, and this is an integer type, means that is a type of pointer. Then after that, I am just going to start our main function, and I am just going to print the value of pointer. And get ch. So this is the second problem, that is problem of null pointer assignment, or when we are just assigned the null pointer value to the particular pointer. Here pointer have 0 value, because we are not just assigning the value to this particular pointer, or we are not assigning particular address to the specific pointer. So this is our second pointer related problem. Now third is a third pointer related problem, that is problem with problem of memory leak. Problem of memory leak. So what does it means memory leak? That means we already understand the one term, that is DMM. So DMM, that is a term, dynamic memory management. With the help of dynamic memory management, we face these type of problems in pointer. How we are facing the problem? With the help of DMM. So DMM, that stands for dynamic memory management, because whenever we use DMM, on that time we use two different operators. One operator for allocation the memory and another operator for deallocation the memory. Which operator for allocation the memory? That is new operator. So new operator to helps to allocate the memory to a particular variable. And we are having another variable, that is delete. It's not a variable, it's another operator. Operator, you can say that it is a keyword. Both are the keywords, new and delete, that is specifically used for allocation the memory and deallocation of the memory. So with the help of new, we just allocate the memory, and with the help of delete, we just deallocate the memory. Okay, so new, that is specifically for allocation of the memory, and delete, that is specifically for deallocation of the memory. But in this case, they are using with the help of dynamic memory management. So our problem is memory leak. So memory leak is the situation where the programmer fails to release the memory allocation. Fails to release the memory allocation at runtime in a particular module or in a particular program. So in this case, new operator that assign a memory, but user cannot use deallocation memory. User cannot use deallocation of memory on that time. This problem will be occur. That means in this case, we just use new operator, but we just forget to use delete operator. That is why we are talking about. That is why we are saying that it is a memory leak problem. How it will happen? I'm just going to take one example with. So suppose here I am just going to start our program with void main, and suppose I am just going to here assign one pointer that is float type pointer variable, and next that is ptr is equal to new pointer. So here we just use new operator, that is for allocation of memory, because new operator that specifically for allocation the memory. And next step is to assign a value to particular this pointer, that is ptr. Okay, so now next step is to print the value. So with the help of cout, we just print the value of pointer, and we will use get ch and close the compound statement. So this is a program that is related to this our third problem, that is memory leak. In this case, we just use new operator, but we just forget to use our second operator, that is delete operator. So that is why we can say that it is a memory leak, or we can say that the wastage of memory. We just assign the memory to the particular variable, but we just forgot to use our second operator, that is delete operator. So next, our fourth problem with pointer, that is problem of allocation failure. Problem of allocation failure. So this one line definition for problem of allocation failure. That is, allocation failure is a situation when the program through new operator that request for a block of memory, and the operating system could not fulfill the request of the program. That is because of insufficient memory may not be available, or sufficient memory may not be available in a free pool for memory. So in that case, we just use new operator and return a null pointer that indicates the allocation failure. So that means in this situation, we use both operator, delete, new as well as delete. We use both operator, but our operating system is unable to assign the memory to this particular variable. Suppose here just I am going to create one program for this pointer related problem. Suppose here I am again going to declare one pointer variable and type of pointer variable that is float, and we use pointer with new operator that is specifically for assigning the memory or allocation the memory. And the next step is to assign value to this particular pointer. The next step is to for printing the value. How we can print the value? Same way, pointer value. Then after that we have to use delete operator. So here we just use delete ptr and get ch for holding the output screen, and now close the compound statement. So this is a program that is for allocation failure. How it will occur? It will occur with the help of operating system. Means operating system is unable to allocate a memory to this particular variable due to insufficient or due to insufficient memory. So in this case, we just use new operator for allocation the memory and delete operator for deallocation the memory. That means we already use new and delete operator here, but our operating system is missed, or operating system is not assigning as much memory we are required in this program. So these all are the pointer related problems. So next we have, before further moving, I'm just going to launch first school question that is based upon the pointers. So our next topic, that is pointer to structure. So before the start of pointer to structure, you must know about the definition of structure, why we are creating structure, and is there any difference between structure and union. So there is a difference between structure and union. And structure, that is when we are declaring the structure, on that time we use one operator, one keyword, that is struct. So struct keyword we use for creating the structure. So just wait. So in the case of structure, we will use one keyword, that is struct. And if we are talking about the union part, in that case we use the union keyword. Structure and union keyword. So both are same. There are little bit difference between structure and union. Little bit difference between structure and union. One is you have to replace from structure to union if you are creating a program with the help of union. So this is first difference between structure and union, that is structure is having a keyword that is struct. These are the keywords for structure and union. Second, that is the size. If we are talking about the size part. So in the case of structure, when a variable is associated with a structure, the compiler allocate the memory for each members. Each members, that means whenever whatever the number of the variable declaration that is allocated to memory to for each members. So the size of structure is greater than or equal to the sum of size of its members. Suppose in the case of structure, we declare int type variable, we declare character type variable, we declare float type variable. So in the case of structure, the memory allocation to each for each members, not for a specifically for integer or for float or for for character or for float. But in the case of union, the memory, by considering the size of uh, largest memory of, so size of union is equal to the size of largest member. For from this, what is the largest memory who are taking? That is float. So that means only the float size memory to be allocated to particular variables in the case of union. So this is another big difference or slightly difference for structure. In the case of structure, all the numbers, they are allocating a memory to each members, but in the case of structure, so in the case of union, the largest size of memory that is considering as a largest memory. So the third is memory point. So each member within a structure is assigned a unique storage area. That is, we are talking. In the case of union, memory allocated is shared by individual member of union. It is memory by shared memory. Fourth point is accessing members. So accessing members, that means individual member that can be accessed at a time in the case of structure. In the case of union, only one member can be accessed at a time in the case of union. So this is the fourth difference between structure and union. So now I'm going to explain program that is pointer related, pointer to structure. So program is pointer to structure. So that means we have to use pointer as well. We have to declare a structure. So how we can declare the structure? Suppose I am going to start with the help of header files. Just wait. I'm just going to start the program with the help of from header file to onward. It is include IOStream, IOStream.h. Second header file, that is for include conion.h. So IOStream header file, you people know about that. We are using IOStream, that is specifically for input and output when we are using cin and cout in the case of C++. Second, that is conion.h, that is specifically used for console input output. Next step is to declare the structure. So how we can declare the structure? We use one keyword, that is struct. So struct is a keyword to start or to create a structure. So struct, then suppose we want to create a database of student. So we just write the name of a structure, that is student. After that, we are just going to start our compound statement. That means we have to create a structure in this case. So suppose structure has a student have a name. So name is a variable for enter the value of name. And second, that is suppose student have a roll number. We are just declaring a roll number for integer type variable. Our next step is to close the structure. Because I already discussed with you people how we can close the structure. We will close the structure with the help of semicolon. With the help of semicolon. When you apply semicolon after this compound statement, your structure will be closed. So in this case, we just close the structure with pointer type object. How? We just write star here and obj. Then after that, pointer. Sorry, terminate operator, that is semicolon. Here we just declare the object, and the type object is a pointer type object because our topic is pointer to structure. So this is the allocation of pointer, or we are just assigning the pointer to the particular object. Now next step is to start our main program. So how we will start? We will start our main program with void main. And now start compound statement for void main. Then after that, if you are using clear skin function for clearing the previous program output, then after that, using printf, suppose I want to enter the name, enter any name. Then after that, we have to enter the name with the help of scanf. So we use scanf %s, that is specifically for the string type variable. Then after that, we have to use some address with the help of obj. Obj is our object, that is pointer type object. Here we are going to assign the address. So how we on that time we will use our arrow operator. So ampersand obj arrow, then name of the variable. So this is a way to input the value with the help of pointer to object. So next second step is to enter the value of roll number. So how we will first we will write enter any roll number. So how we will enter roll number? Again we will use scanf %d. Why %d is because we are entering the value of integer type. So that is why our %d. Then comma. Then after comma, again we have to use ampersand obj arrow operator and name of the variable. So name of the variable. So after that, we have to print the value of these two values. We just enter with the help of scanf. We have to print the value of. So we just print the value. Print f roll number is equal to obj arrow, then name, then printf for name is equal to obj arrow name. Here we just write roll number. We will use get ch. In this case, I'm just creating a program pointer to structure with the help of C. For that, you just ignore this header file, that is iostream.h. You just write stdio .h header file that is specifically for C programming. So when you create this program in Turbo C++, on that time you just change the extension of the program. How you will change the extension of the program? With the help of when you are creating a program, that means click on the new button, then after that you just click on the save button. When you click on the save button, on that time you just write the name. Suppose name of a program is pointer to structure, you just write pts.c. So on that time, that is the extension of C program. You have to give some object to the particular structure. That means you must assign one object to the structure. Means, so here we just assign object obj as a pointer type object. We just use pointer variable here and we just declare one obj. So you can write any word for creating the object, whether complete word of object, whether is, that is up to you. So here we are just using the pointer types of pointer to structure. So that is why we just declare one pointer object. Then after that we just close the structure. Then after that we use our main function for input the value. We use main, void main. Then we use clear skin function for clearing the previous program output, that is printf, because right now we are creating program in C programming language. So we use printf, enter any name. So with the help of scanf, we just enter the name. How we can use scanf? So scanf and %s. Why %s? Because we are just going to enter the string type variable. Then after that, comma, then ampersand, that is for assigning the address to the object. So for that we use arrow operator for that. So here we use arrow operator, then name of the variable. Then second step to enter the roll number. In same way, you just enter the roll number. Then after that, when you enter the name and roll number, you have to print the value for that. We will use printf for printing the value. So how we will use? Same way for printing the object value. Because this is a topic that is related to pointer to structure. So now next, I'm just going to explain that is so suppose we in this program we just use the structure. If we are creating program with the help of union, so you just replace union. You just write union at the declaration time. So it will be working as a union, but it will show only the last variables output. So next, I'm just going to explain another topic again that is related to structure. That is array of structure. That is array of structure. First, we have to create a structure. So here I'm just going to write struct as a keyword and name of our structure is student. Then after that, I'm just declaring some variable. Suppose integer type variable is roll number. And now I am just going to declare character type variable. And I'm going to pass address or size of particular variable. Then after that, I'm closing the structure. So before closing the structure, I'm just going to assign some array, size of array. I'm just giving size of array to the particular array or to the particular object. Suppose here I am just going to declare one object that is obj, and the size of obj is suppose 10. Here I am just going to pass, or we can say the declaration of array of structure. So after that, I am just going to start our main function. So void main. I'm just going to use compound statement. After that, we have to. I'm just going to declare one variable for specifically the looping statement, because we have to create one loop for that. So int I, that is specifically for the loop, and I'm just going to here start loop for I is equal to from 0 to onward, I less than equal to 9, and I plus plus, because we have to use two for loop here. One for loop for input the value, and the second for loop for display the value. And now next step is to input the value. I'm just going to open compound statement for this for loop, and I'm just going to write printf, enter any name. Second, that is we have to input the value scanf percentage s comma ampersand obj I, then dot name variable dot, because sometime maybe you people miss this dot with the when we are talking about when we are calling object, on that time you just miss the dot. So this is the operator to when we are calling the dot operation. So next step is to input the value for rule numbers. So again, I am just going to write printf, enter any roll number. So now I am just input the value. So percentage D, then comma. Suppose here I am just going to use obj I dot roll number. So next step is to close the for loop for input the value, and next step is to print the value. So how we can print the value? Before printing the value, you must start one for loop. So I'm just going to start for loop with same name of variable, same up to value, and same type of increment. Then after that, printing the value, how we can printf roll number is equal to then comma obj, then I dot roll number, then semicolon, then using same way for name, obj I dot name. So this is a another we can say that way to. So after that, we just close the compound statement for this for loop, that is specifically for display the value. Then after that, you people use the ch for holding the output screen, then close the compound statement for main function. So you must aware about the compound statement, how many compound statement you will be open, and same number of use the closing the compound statement. So in this program, what will happen when we just compile the program? We just start program from here. We are just declaring one structure. Name of the structure, that is student. And first, then initialize some variables for input the value. Second, that is for assigning object. The type of object is array. We are just declaring array as object. Then we will start main function. Then after main function, we just use one for loop for input the value, because we are using input the value with 9 students. So it will run up to 9. Here we are using from 0 to 9. That means total number of 10. And after that, we are just printing the value. Oh, sorry, input the value with the help of scanf, and same way for another variable. Second for loop for display the value, and this for loop for input the value, and second, that is for display the value. So this is a way to display the value. And after that, closing the getch function and close our compound statement. So question, memory leak is a situation where the programmer fails to release the memory allocation at runtime in a module. So in this case, new operator assign the memory, but user cannot deallocate the memory on that time. So this problem will be occur on that time. So this is all about the array of structure and pointer related problems. And okay, students, take care and bye, students.